Oh God, I don't even, okay. I can't believe it's finally here. Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm going to share with you the reveal of my first made-to-order bag with Fendi. But first, let's just recap a little bit of the journey so far. The videos that I made vlogging my MTO reveal, the sketch that I landed on and signed the contract away, or the video where I share that Fendi headquarters watched that video and subsequently contacted me to make some clarifications around the contract. Those videos will be linked in the description box below, and I would almost suggest to you that you should watch them first before you watch this video, because I think with a made to order, the story is just as important as the outcome. I don't even know. Okay. What I want to, it is going to be a story time video today, and I am not going to timestamp the reveal. If you're here, it's probably because you're considering doing a made to order. It's most probably because you have been a subscriber of mine for a little while and you're keen to see how this thing actually turned out, because it has been about 12 months in the making. So you're just going to have to kind of come along with me on this journey, because we're really, really close. So, a few things that I want to say up front. My dad was telling me a story about my grandparents who are in their 90s, and you know, they have a very proud life, and they have recently moved into an aged care facility. They need 24-hour care, and the other day the people that take care of them suggested that they have a bit of a pizza night, and they would facilitate the pizza night, and my grandfather didn't participate in the pizza night because he already pays a day rate for all of his food and lodging, and he thought it was silly to pay for dinner twice, and so he didn't participate. And even though I wasn't brought up in those kind of frugal ways by my parents, things were still very, very calculated and sensible and responsible. And so for me, this is not just about the bag. For me, it's about the fact that I am able to do something like this in my life, and what that represents in terms of the opportunities that I've been given, that I have worked for, and that I now take full advantage of without fear or consequence, because I can, and I think that's an extraordinary privilege. And it's not. I just spent half an hour putting this makeup on and it's not lost on me. So, all right. Also, I was really nervous about a few things in relation to this made to order. So I want to talk through those with you quite honestly. First of all, with the made to order process, you get a pretty great sketch, and now, you know, when I show you the sketch compared to the actual bag, I think it will give people a lot of clarity around how close the likeness is. But when you go through that process for the first time, you see things through different screens. You know that one iPhone is different to the next smartphone in terms of how visible the colours are. Are you seeing the colours the same way as somebody else is seeing the colours? So there's a lot of, I guess, there's a lot of uncertainty when you do an MTO, at least I felt there was, because the swatch of the particular colour that I ended up with wasn't available. I've never been able to see that colour in person before seeing my MTO. So I was actually really nervous that that colour would be something that potentially I wouldn't like very much. I was also, to be honest, quite concerned about how the hardware would work with the design, and that in the sketch, the more that I looked at the sketch in hindsight, and hindsight's terrible, I felt that the hardware looked probably a little bit dirty against the other finishes, and yeah, I was nervous about it. I was nervous that it was going to be something that maybe I would look at and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? I hate it. It's gaudy and horrible. And trust me, I know that my sketch is very loud, and I knew that at the time, and I can't explain to you how excited I was when I saw it all come together in that made to order session. So I guess because it's been so long, there were these conflicts, and I haven't talked about it much because I've actually been quite nervous and potentially quite embarrassed. So I also just wanted to put that out there as well. So when I got the text message from Bibi, who is at the Brisbane boutique, and Bibi and Adam worked with Fendi Australia to make sure that my made to order was able to be transferred from Melbourne, where I originally did the appointment. And I really want to thank the Melbourne Collins Street team, particularly William, also Alessandro, who helped, Jackie, Alex were there, Linda, the store manager, for the wonderful experience that I had in designing this MTO. But for me to fly to Melbourne just to pick it up, in addition to paying the balance of the bag, it just didn't make any sense. And I requested for it to be sent to Brisbane, and the Brisbane team were able to make that happen. Got a lovely message from the Collins Street team just to say they were so excited for me and could I share some pictures with them, which I have. So another thing that I need to share with you is that by the time you see this video, I probably will have had this bag for perhaps a good week. And I'm just going to get into the story of me going into the store. So I got the text message from Bibi to say that I was actually asking about the MTO process for this year. And she said, well, speaking of MTOs, we'd love to have you in store on Friday because yours has arrived. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing, isn't it? Like, we've got something for you. When can you come in? I told Connor and Meredith and some other friends that aren't here on YouTube, especially Nadia, who I did the appointment with, that I was going to get my MTO and that I was going to do it on my own, that I wasn't going to vlog, that I was almost tempted to just grab the bag and go. For some reason, I just didn't want pomp and ceremony around this bag. For some reason, I wanted quiet, solitude and reflection and privacy. And it was very different for me than any other kind of experience. So I didn't tell Fendi any of this. And I had a work meeting in the morning, which was a good way to kind of start instead of the whole day be around picking up my bag. And then I went into Fendi, and luckily it was kind of the start of trade for the day. It was a really hot day in Brisbane, and so there was not many people around. And it just worked out that I pretty much had the store to myself. It was calm and quiet. These beautiful flowers next to me were gifted to me after I opened the bag, but most certainly it was all done in a really lovely way, and I didn't feel overwhelmed until after I opened the bag. So I am going to share how I discovered this bag with you as I did. So just give me a minute. So placed in front of me were these two boxes, and obviously the boxes are very different to the typical Fendi packaging that you get. I chose to open the small box first, and the reason I wanted to do that was I wanted to see the buckle that I had chosen. Now, if you have never done a made to order with Fendi, one of the most fun parts of it is being able to choose the buckles, and in subsequent made to orders you can actually add buckles to your collection. Now, these buckles are by no means cheap. I think I mentioned in the video that I did around why I'm not buying the Sarah Jessica Parker collaboration how expensive the buckles were, but I think this one was around $2,000, and so it deserved its own unboxing. And so the other reason I wanted to see the buckle first was I wanted to piece by piece discover this special baguette. And so I chose the emerald green Swarovski crystal buckle, and hopefully you are being able to see that in all of its beauty there. And seeing this along with the ruthenium hardware, so I didn't want silver or gold because my bag is already very bright, really reinforced my decision to go with the ruthenium hardware and also this really sparkly buckle. For some reason in my mind I thought that the buckle was more crystallized and that the crystals would hang over the edge of the buckle and it would be super gaudy, and maybe there were some buckles that looked like that in the trunk, I can't remember, but it was really good to kind of just get this back in my mind. So then I opened the box, and what I would love to show you, and if you have already seen made to order unboxings, you'll know that Sylvia Fendi actually writes a personalised note in every box which says, "Enjoy your bag, Sylvia Fendi." And inside of the box was the strap, and the strap really just gave me a sense of calm because it's the first time I got to see the pink. This is called Orchid Pink Croco, and here it is. It is a beautiful pink. These straps are so long. They really, because the bag that I ordered is traditionally in the men's line, the baguette trunk, and it looks great with the ruthenium hardware. It would also have looked pretty with gold, but when you see the rest of my bag, I think you'll understand why I was so happy and relieved to see this pink. So very happy with this pink. The feel of crocodile is so soft. It's so different to what I expected. This may be too much information, but when I was younger, I lived in the far northwest of Australia, and that's where a lot of crocodile parks and farms are, and I was able to hold a baby crocodile straight out of the egg. And they are really soft and beautiful, and yeah, it's not much chance of me holding a crocodile too much bigger than that. Actually, a few years ago I held a crocodile that was about this big. But yeah, you think of crocodiles as being really rough and rugged and spiky. You don't think about this beautiful, smooth skin. It's really very luxurious. And I cannot believe that I have a crocodile piece in my collection. So inside of the box, there is a special Fendi dust bag, and it's special because it's for Dale. A really lovely touch that you can opt for when you do your Fendi made to order. And yes, we're getting close. But what I want to do is, before I reveal it, I want to put the crystal buckle on so that you can see it in all of its glory. Okay guys, are you ready? It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. All right, here we go. Actually, let me pop the sketch up over here. There we go. And now I'll bring the bag out. Here she is. So, this bag is the baguette trunk in the small size with the emerald green Swarovski crystal buckle, orchid pink croco ruthenium hardware, and emerald green beads. Let me show you around this absolutely beautiful masterpiece. I'm just trying to get the shimmer. It is very small. When I bring it back here, it is a small, beautiful little piece of art. It's like a treasure. When you open this bag, you open from the bottom, and inside you will see it says Fendi made to order Dale on the plaque. Also in ruthenium. And what I really love about everything is the ruthenium hardware. You don't even notice it. And I think that's what I wanted. I wanted the focus to be about this. Like, because this is just incredible. I wish I could have a chat with Christina. She was the designer that I worked with on the made to order, and she was so excited about the fact that I chose this bag, and I'd love to have a chat with her to see what she thinks about it now that it's been made. But I'm just really, I don't know if it's the right word, but I'm proud of myself for doing what I wanted instead of doing something that was sensible or practical or resellable or trendy or classic, or I don't know, like, I know this bag won't be for everyone because it's not. It's for me. And when I asked my sales associates if they had seen it, they said yes. And I'm like, oh, tell me, what were your first impressions? And they said, if there was a bag that was made for you, it would be this one. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they say that to everyone, right? But they said it's Dale in a bag. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But the more I look at it, and I've had it, these flowers they chose in pink and green, just sitting around the house. Like, I've had it, you know, I talked about the fact, why did I pick this color combination? Because it's everywhere in my home, but subconsciously I didn't know that. the more times it catches my eye, the more I think, what a treasure this bag is. It is such an absolute treasure. I am not going to tell you what this cost. I'm just going to say that by far it's the most expensive piece that I have in my collection. I think it's a very personal thing to go through this process. As I said, it's almost courageous to back yourself enough in your design and to trust the process enough that you can put money on and hope for the best. And this, in my view, is better than the sketch, and it's exactly, I think, what I imagined when I said yes to the bag way back in March 2022. I know this is a weird video for me because I just am overwhelmed. I'll throw in some mod shots for you so that you can see how I've styled it up. I was wearing all black when I picked it up, and I'm not someone that loves my bag to be the outfit. And so to style this bag, I actually think that more is more. And so I have styled it in tonal colours, and it was such a fun thing to do, to get home and put outfits together. This was the favourite outfit that I came up with, but I'm sure that there will be more. I have the crossbody strap set on the shortest setting, so it is a very long strap. I think that I can use this strap on other pieces that I have. In terms of what fits, this is a tiny little bag. I haven't even bought anything in here to show you, but this is my iPhone 13 Pro, not Max, and it fits. But realistically, if I took my phone, there would not be much room for anything else. I'd say pochette clay and a lipstick would work. So I'd probably not put my phone in, and then I would use that space for a key case, a card case, a lipstick, a car fob, some AirPods. And yeah, I think I have been scratching the itch, or trying to scratch the itch around a Louis Vuitton Petite Mal, and I have purposefully held off because I needed to see this. And this, I don't know if anything is going to top this for me. However, I feel like I just need to sit with this for a while. And I think that's why I have ultimately decided not to do a made to order this year. I cannot see I don't want to do that. I thought I would want to do one every year, but I feel like you just have to take a moment and take a breath and really enjoy what you have. And I've bought a lot over the past 12 months that I haven't really had a chance to enjoy, and this kind of sounds like a familiar conversation that I was having probably around this time last year, probably a bit later in the year. So I think you'll see things go a bit more quietly. I do have some things from Prada that you might not have seen yet, and Fendi as well, but then after that, yeah, it might just be hunkering down for a little bit. Thank you to everyone who's been on this journey with me, especially thanks to Nadia for making me your plus one and introducing me to this whole new world. To Fendi, you're amazing. I trust you. I love your aesthetic. I love your design. I love how you encourage creativity and boldness and individualism, and ultimately you follow through and create just beautiful, beautiful pieces. And that's why, I'm a huge fan of Fendi for, so many reasons. Yeah. That's the end of my TED Talk. Thanks for joining me, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm going to leave you with some close-up shots in the outro. Again, thanks for being here. Give this video a thumbs up. consider subscribing if you haven't already, and share it with people who might be considering doing a made to order, because it's a scary process. And at the end, you know, it's nice to know how things work out. So yeah, that's me today. Ciao.